Anyway,
We'll see what
these
we'll see
stats are just mixing right in. Love it.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten to the trivia.
Oh, we have trivia today?
I I've got a couple of little things. I've got
we're
one.
like we're like 15 minutes in. You
Are
want to
we?
go ahead and drop some? Let's drop
Oh
some
man,
trivia.
we're
Go
having
for it.
fun here.
Huh.
Well, I guess I did do one trivia question. I did the Aaron Rodgers, second quarterback ever.
Yeah.
But here's another one along those lines. The Dolphins are the only team in the NFL to lose a Super Bowl to a quarterback who they drafted. So they drafted a quarterback and then later lost a Super Bowl to that quarterback. Name that quarterback. I'm talking to you.
Wow. That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
When I was doing the reading on this one, I thought, wow, that's
I mean, I had to sign that disclaimer when we made all those comments about Dan Marino. So I might want to read that. I might want to read that before
I don't think you and I have ever said a bad word about Mr. Marino. I mean, if we did, it's all in good fun and all with love intended.
Yeah.
Mr. Marino. Now we'll talk on Aaron Rodgers all day long, but
who was it? So who was it? Who was the quarterback that
okay, well, he was drafted.
And then came back and beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
He was drafted from Notre Dame, 99th overall, in the fourth round of the 1971 draft by the Miami Dolphins. He didn't like the contract offer they made him because this was back in 71, right? They'd go, hey, we'll pay you $20. So he didn't like that contract. So he went and played for the Toronto Argonauts in the CFL for 50 grand a season. And by the way, went to the Grey Cup that season. And if it were not for a running back fumbling the ball, they would have won it, or his rookie year. But he played up there for 3 years. Let me see. What do I want to skip? Okay. So in 1974, I'm going to use their old name. Not trying to be a problem. The Washington Redskins obtained Joe Theismann's rights from the Dolphins in exchange for the team's first-round pick in 1976.
Joe Theismann.
He joined the Redskins in 1974 and served as the team's punter.
Yeah.
He was the punter until 1978 when he succeeded Billy Kilmer as the quarterback. And it was in 82 that they won their first ever championship game against the Dolphins in Super Bowl 17. Wow. Kind of wild. So Theismann, he took a pretty interesting route to get there, but he got there. Yeah, he was in 1970. He was an All-American and an academic All-American. He was in contention for the Heisman, but he lost to Jim Plunkett. He set school records for Notre Dame, passing yards, touchdowns in a season, passing yards in a game with 526, completions in a game, 33.
Wow.
Against USC in a torrential downpour. They lost the game. He compiled a 23-2 record, throwing for 4,411 yards, 31 touchdowns, and his 4,411 passing yards ranked fifth all-time in Notre Dame's career passing list. Yeah. Okay. Quite a career Joe had, until snap.
Ouch. Yeah. Happy Gilmore.
And you and I were both alive to see that Monday Night Football. It was a nationally televised game.
Oh, my gosh.
Where Lawrence Taylor, Chris Carson, and somebody else landed on his leg.
Yeah, just the wrong way.
No malice. I mean, you might think, Lawrence Taylor's a badass. No, Lawrence Taylor's the first guy to get up and wave.
Yeah.
And the opposing sideline, the New York Giants sideline, or excuse me, the Washington sideline thought he was kidding. Or just, rubbing it in, like, hey, I sacked your guy. They thought he was showboating. Nobody on the Giants team thought.
Yeah.
It took the trainers a second to go, oh God, he's serious.
Yeah, he's not getting up.
He's not getting. And Theismann, it was interesting. Theismann said, I heard it. He goes, it was like two gunshots, pow pow, and he said it was amazing, incredible pain. He goes, and then the body's interesting because then I didn't feel anything after that.
Yeah.
He goes, interesting side note.
The trainers on the sideline, they were like, he's just faking it, and they're watching the replay. Oh shit. Because they played it like 9 times, right? Yeah. Just over and over and over.
This wasn't his ankle. This was his shin.
We're going to break away from the commercial break and kick you back live.
Yeah, wasn't Al Gifford going, hey, if you've got a weak stomach,
Yeah, and they showed it like 6 times, like
over and
on
over again.
every angle.
One guy
You
had
know,
one cameraman had a perfect
at least
angle.
now
You
they
know,
kind of they don't do it out of
oh, they
respect.
don't do that. Yeah, they.
But
But
oh my,
uh, this here's some more symmetry because you brought us some face mask trivia
love
on
the
one
face
of our
mask.
podcasts.
Yeah,
Heisman for his entire career only had the single bar.
single bar. Yeah,
Just the single bar.
yeah.
Strange coincidence. Alex Smith, who went to play for the Redskins, he had the same exact injury as Joe Theismann's, if you recall, broken leg, right? Both happened on November 18th. One in 1985, one in 2018.
Ooh,
Both of them, it was the right fibula and tibia.
fib tib fracture.
Both played for Washington when it happened.
Uh-oh.
Both happened on the 39-yard line.
Uh-oh. And
The games ended as a tie, both games ended 23-21, and both were caused by a three-time Defensive Player of the Year, Lawrence Taylor for Joe Theismann and J.J. Watt for Alex Smith.
wow, there you go.
So if Aaron Rodgers were here, he would tell you that the
I'm,
conspiracy's afoot
he's
and the
like, I'm not
aliens are
playing
in
on that day.
charge.
I'm not playing on that day. I'm not. If the ball's over on the 35, I'm sorry. We're gonna
It's
punt. I
okay.
don't
He doesn't
care.
play for Washington, so it's okay.
It'd be Iuska. Iuska. I can't do it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Symmetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, huh?
But Theismann, what an interesting career that guy had. And even
Yeah.
more symmetry, we did a movie review of The Replacements, which was kind of about the Washington Redskins on that,
Yeah.
87
Back in the 80s. Yeah.
strike season or lockout season or whatever it was. Look at that.
We're just bringing it full circle so that at any time you could tag into one of these episodes and just feel like you're part of it,
Yeah,
because that's what we're here for. Because
and
one, we really have no idea.
we got yeah, honestly, we really have no idea. But
Yeah.
look at that. Look at
Yeah.
how
So subscribe.
dialed this in.
You'll enjoy it.
This is the extra mile we go just for
Yeah.
you folks at home watching this. Gosh, there's so much to cover, so little time. Um,
Yeah.